Author of After the Storm, Breaking the Cycle of Abuse with Conviction, Connection and Compassion. Welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you for having me on.
Now, this book, everyone, we all know someone who either has gone through mental health issues or is going through it themselves, and this is what your book is about, breaking through.
Breaking the cycle, correct.
Tell us a little bit about your book to begin with.
I started my platform against mental illness and prevent child abuse in 1988 when I won Mrs. Texas America, and I did 350 appearances as Mrs. Texas America in 1989 and 1990.
That's amazing.
Yes, and I actually started realizing that I wasn't alone in telling my story, that mental illness is actually a problem that we face as a nation, and that the stigma of embarrassment is something that we need to break and start talking about this issue.
Ava, are you able to connect with your readers, like when you go and do these presentations? Do you feel like it touches people?
It touches me very deeply, and I think it's helped me in healing, and I never realized that was going to happen. And yes, we're able to share our stories openly. And once we start talking, we realize we're not alone and that we have a choice in what we can do as far as adversities we can triumph.
Right.
We can turn the page and become something in life and not just become a victim, but a survivor.
And I think that's really key, those two words. Be a survivor, not a victim, because that's what's going to get you ahead in life. I think that's an amazing part to be. Tell me a little bit about why you felt you wanted to put it into words, because it's tough.
It's tough.
It's tough.
It was a very hard decision to make. It wasn't something that I wanted to do. But my daughter, Cherie, who is unfortunately at the hotel sick this morning and couldn't make it, felt like I needed to get my story out there, that my legacy needed to live in print in helping my children, my grandchildren, and everybody else that it could absolutely touch, and people realizing that we all face struggles together, not alone, together.
Well, and you had talked about your husband being a big part of your life and your crutch that has helped you get through a lot of these things. You all been together for 38 years?
We've been together 40 years and married 38 plus years. Yes, he's my crutch, absolutely my crutch. He's here today, and I couldn't do it without him. I mean, there's been times I've cried because there's been extended family that didn't want me to tell the story at first because of the embarrassment. The stigma of embarrassment was there, and I understood it.
Were you ever embarrassed?
Never. I was never embarrassed.
Being a victim?
Never. I wasn't, because I'm no longer that little girl behind
Exactly.
a couch writing and listening while my mom would, have her fits of rage and be taken away by the LA PD.
Give us an example of those fits of rage. What would happen?
Oh, my mom one time was outside in our front yard waiting with a gun for my father. It's in the book. And I didn't know whether she had a bullet in the gun or not, but I fought with her. And as I fought with her, she took a screwdriver and put it in the forehead of me, and I still have a scar. But I realize now, although I was that scared little child, now that my mom is no longer here and I'm an adult, I realize the world she lived in. It must have been a very sad world that she lived in. So my heart aches that I didn't understand it.
And the thing is also, David, I come from a background similar, and I don't think our parents knew how to get the help.
Right.
Yes.
And I think that is key. And I think, by reading your book, it's giving people that start on where to go to from there.
Yes.
We can have a choice whether to be a victim or a survivor. We really appreciate you coming in. I think it's an incredible story.
Thank you.
And we absolutely adore that you're willing to give away some books to some of our viewers as well. So thank you.
Absolutely.
I think it's just wonderful. And it's something that everyone should have a read of. If you want to find out more information about After the Storm, there is all the information. You can purchase the book at avasstpierre.com. And what is even fantastic, as you can see, part of all the proceeds from the book goes towards the National Institute of Mental Health and National Movement for Children. Thank you so much.
Thank
we
you
adore
for
that you
having
took
me
the
on.
time to come by.
Thank
and
you.
good luck with your tour.
I thank you so much. This has been a
real
pleasure.
survivor.